it's Dorleen, and today I'm playing in my junk journal. I have to tell you, it's about 11 o'clock at night while I'm playing with this. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to come in here. I just grabbed these two white markers. The first one that I'm using was actually purchased from the Dollar Tree, and I really love this marker. It's very bright white, so it's a lot of fun to play with. It does have a thicker tip. So the other marker that I pulled out is the standard gel pen that has a finer point, and you'll see me playing with that later. So really that page that I'm working on has already been painted over in this really dark blue, and I just flipped through my junk journal and decided to use this one because I wanted to do something simple, something that was going to keep me occupied for a little bit before hopefully I fell asleep. But anyhow, I really have no plan. I just decided to start drawing these rectangles, and I'm going to call them frames, and I'm just doodling. I'm just going through, adding lines, again making them into frames. I have no game plan, and even as I'm going through this whole thing, I'm drawing the lines, but in my mind I'm thinking, what's my final project? What am I going to do with this page? Again, I'm just playing in this junk journal, which I really enjoy doing because sometimes I just want to get crafty, but I don't know what. And a junk journal, and this is so stupid because even if it was a journal I paid lots of money on, it still is just paper and a canvas that you can do whatever you want. And the worst that's going to happen is you're going to hate it, and then you're going to either paint over it, add some paper over it, or leave it in there and hate it. That's fine too, right? Because there's a lot of things that I'm sure I've done that I just kind of thought, and then I may go back and change it later. But originally I started this, I was doing the checkerboard look, and I was going to do that on all of the frames, and then I thought, no, I don't want to do that. So that's why I have this kind of jagged, edged one here, and I don't show it, but at the end it didn't even come out even, so I had to make one of those edges a little thicker than the others. Again, at this point, I just thought, well, let me do something a little different within each of these frames. So here I'm just making the lines of the frame a little thicker, and here I'm drawing circles, solid circles, just throughout the frame area. And again, I don't have a game plan. I'm just messing around. I don't know what I'm putting inside the frames because my thought is to actually put something inside the frames. I just, until I get to the point where I figure that out, I'm just, in a sense, doodling, right? But I'm doodling in frames. So I pull out the thinner marker here, the gel pen, and I'm going to start filling in the areas between the frames. And I'm just doing like a little quick, I guess you'd call it a diamond shape. And I speed through this for most of it because if it was in real time, that took, not a lot of time, maybe a few minutes, but it's basically the same thing. And I basically just start at one, let's call it north, and going to go northeast, south, west, and then back up to north, all in one pen movement, if that makes any sense. If you really wanted to know more or couldn't figure that one out, just let me know and I can talk to you about that, but it's pretty simple. So I complete that whole, the spaces between the frames. And again, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm thinking, what am I putting in the frames? And then as I'm filling this section out, I take a look back and think, I need something more. And now you see me just putting little dots here and there. And again, even as I'm putting these dots on, because this is a no-brainer, right? I'm just doing this without much thought. And I'm still kind of thinking, okay, look at what am I putting inside those frames? I really don't know. I do not know how to draw very well. And so part of me was like, whatever I put in them, I have to be pretty confident in how I'm drawing it because I could just ruin this whole thing. Again, it's not the worst thing that's going to happen. It's a junk journal. That's what we're here for, just to have fun and play. But at this point, I did kind of invest a little bit of time, right? So I'm still just kind of wondering, and then I just start again doodling inside the frames. I do this in all of the 5 frames, just a really thin border inside, and then I connect the corners from the thin rectangle, I guess, or thin layer to the corners of the thicker frames, if that makes sense. But you can see what I'm doing right here. And it's actually kind of cool because it gives almost like a 3D effect. And now I'm drawing rings around the circles And really at this point, again, I kind of look back, and first I'm thinking, oh, I'll do like little like stick figure, I guess, drawings of like my kids. You know, I have 4 kids, so I'd have an extra one. One of them can have the girls. And again, I'm thinking, do I want to draw a stick figure? And how are we going to determine what stick figure is which one of my kids, right? There's no way I would be able to figure that out. But anyhow, I do decide to stop here, and that's fine. I'll worry about it later. I might leave it like this, or I may come back in and fill it, but I don't know. So I hope you like this. Give me a thumbs up if you do, and hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Thanks, everybody, and thanks for watching. Bye.